Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Another episode of Wish the Podcast. I am your host, Jomar. I am not too happy with this microphone placement. Let me try this. I'm going to try to put it to the side. Because I want y'all to see my face. Y'all have to see the face. You got to see the face. Yeah. Today is Monday, May 11th, 2026. Okay, yeah, that's where we at. So, today we are going to be talking about I can't find it. Oh man. See, this the problem. I just had it, now I can't find. Okay. So, we going to talk about two things. First thing first. Here in here in current news, not current, what's the word, here where I live at, we about to talk about what happened, and this was a few days ago. I don't know if they found these people or what, but I seen this Monday. No, today is Monday. I seen this a couple of days ago, and they were, so apparently it was a black couple, black man, black woman. They appeared to be early 20s, 20s, if I had to give them an age. They showed a few pictures. They showed a few select pictures on the news. And these people said that they had an assault rifle style, or however they put it. They said that, and they just wanted them for questioning. Now again, on the news, when they showed the pictures, they just showed the people's faces. They didn't say anything else. So basically, these people didn't do nothing wrong. They just, somebody seen this assault rifle that this black couple had at the movie theater, and that was it. And somebody decided that they was gonna go run and call the police on this black couple that didn't do nothing. That's basically it. You know, they're wanted for questioning. I haven't seen it since that, if they found them or not, I don't know. For questioning, like, what are you gonna ask them? Because now a lot of pistols, you can get pistols, and you can not modify, but you can use conversion kits to kind of make them more than a pistol. You know, most people think of a pistol, they think of you hold it, shoot it. I hope that made sense to y'all. Sorry, I don't have the expensive graphics program. I don't have that. You know what I just did to my listeners. I just made a picture of a pistol with my hands in the air to all my audio people. That's what I did. So yeah, that's what's going on. It don't make sense. Like, these people at the movie theater, and they have something to protect themselves, or whatever the case was. Again, the fact that nothing happened, they didn't go in there, they didn't rob nobody, they didn't cause no ruckus, no disruption. I don't see what the problem is. They paid their money. You see them at the concession stand, not the concession stand, at the where you go to pay for all your food and stuff. That's the camera view that they showed. They had the food in their hand, and it was top down looking at their head, so you could see them and all of that stuff. But you didn't see nothing about a rifle. Like, was it sticking out of his or her pants? Was it a little bit? Was it something that you saw? It could have been anything. Anyway, that's the foolishness that we have to deal with in the United States of tyrant tangerine-ness. Yeah. So today, here we are, 5 minutes. let's go straight into it. So, first and foremost, Hulu is not and does not. I don't have no endorsements. I don't have none of that. Anything that I say is all 100% me. This particular program that I'm about to mention, you can find on Hulu. The title of this program is called The Cult of Nature Boy. It's on Hulu. The Cult, C-U-L-T. And it was released on... I didn't write it down. I sent it in a text message, but I didn't write it down. Good job. Good job. But it was released on Hulu April, May. So I want to say April 26th. Just kind of roughing the estimate. April 26th that this was released on Hulu. If you look at the if you're on there, it's a picture of you. It's a person with a shirt off. It's a black male with a shirt off. You see his upper chest, and he's holding I can't remember. It might be a camera. It might be a phone, but he's holding something in front of his face. I'll use this as a reference because nothing's on it. But it's like it's like this. Basically, if you see it, it's, and you see he doesn't have on a shirt. To my listeners, my audio people, I got y'all. So basically, he don't have on a shirt, and he's holding something over his eyes. You can see his mouth, and it's whatever it is. But the name of the show is The Cult of Nature Boy. So I decided to watch this. What the hell is this Cult of Nature Boy foolery? Uh-oh, hit the microphone. I gotta stop hitting the microphone. Hey man, look, I'm uh-oh, wrong one. I'm gonna need y'all to tell y'all friend. It's in the intro, it's in the end, it's in the music. It's go tell your friend, hey, go tell your friend the Whistle Podcast. Yeah. I need y'all to tell y'all friend. I need y'all to start spreading the word, because I've been making podcasts for about a year and something. I need to be sponsored by somebody. I need to get $7.26 something per episode. I need a little something. I don't want all the money. I don't want it. Y'all can have all the money because that's problems. Y'all, yeah. So here we go. Let's see. So, The Cult of Nature Boy. This happened basically 2018, about 2018-ish. When you watch it, it's going to start off, it's 4 parts. It's about 30 to 45 minutes each episode. It's 4 parts. When you watch it, it's going to start off talking about the black killings and all of this stuff. This is the George Floyd's. I feel horrible now. This was in Florida. This issue happened in Florida. The guy was in a passenger seat and he was shot and killed by the police department. You see the camera. It's a dash cam video. And was it the passenger? I feel like it's wrong, but I know it if I see it. And he was shot. He wasn't armed or anything. He was shot in his car. That one happened in Florida. The George Floyd. And there was a few others that they decided to show on Hulu. But this guy decided he wanted to start a cult. So he decided to call it Melanation. He decides to call his cult Melanation. He starts getting online. He starts doing lives on Instagram and Facebook, and he's going live. And this dude is in Costa Rica. Now, Costa Rica is in Central America. It's not the United States of America. It's in Central America. So basically, he's having to deal with Mexican laws. I'll get back to that a little bit later. But, he's on here. He's what is it? He's 6'2". He's between 6'1" and 6'3". Black. He's dark skinned. He's about my complexion, possibly a little bit darker. He has locks, wicks, so he has hair. He's pretty. He's not super in shape, but you can tell he works out. So you see these things. You see him on his lives. You see him on social media talking about, hey, I'm trying to create a utopia of so and so and this and that. Y'all need to stop listening to the white man. Y'all need to come down here and be with me. And it's all good. I'm trying to recreate something. I'm trying to start over, and you ain't got to deal with this and that. So clearly, people have fallen for this. This dude is from Atlanta. Dude from Atlanta, but you go to Costa Rica talking about you got a utopia. Okay. I'm with you. I'm not, but I'm with you. I'm not. So you on live, you making it, it's beautiful. I'm on the hill, and you see all these beautiful trees and all this other stuff. And you got people that live in brick jungles that have no idea what trees look like and all this other stuff and what green grass look like, because they live in brick jungles. So they see this, wow, that's a utopia. I want to go there. So these people start spending their money and figuring out how to get to Costa Rica. Okay, so I'm going to go to Costa Rica. That's what's going on. So these people get to Costa Rica. And what pissed me off, and I'm going to say it, is this young lady. I'm not going to say her name because she don't really want to be found. And I respect all these people's wishes. She don't want to be found, but she from New Orleans. And as soon as I seen her, and as soon as she opened her mouth, like the first word and a half, I knew where she was from. I already knew it. New Orleans, we know our people. We know our folk. So, the story, the whole thing kind of follows her, and it follows 2 or 3 other people. It follows her. And she's like, I grew up in poverty in New Orleans and this and that, and I seen it, and I decided, she talked about how she got into it, how she started talking to the other guy, and, a couple of weeks went by, and she was just, I'm not going to say she fell in love, but, she was there. So, okay, she decided that she's going to go to Costa Rica. So the way that this dude was recruiting people was through social media, and he's telling people to block all of your family and your friends. So that's like me telling y'all wishful podcast people, hey, I need y'all to block y'all family and y'all friends, and I need y'all to tune in to me. And y'all, I'ma just be the man. I'ma be a dictator. I'ma be y'all guy. Yeah, that's me. That's like me telling y'all that. No, that ain't gonna happen. That's just not gonna happen. But that's what happened. That's what happened. So the chick go down. She found her way to Costa Rica, and it's beautiful. It looked like it did on her lives and all of this other stuff. But then she goes to say, there's this house, and she was saying stuff like they and we wasn't allowed inside of this house, and so and so and so and so. Basically, this guy, Mr. Nature Boy, that was his house. That's his house. They were allowed to cook meals and stuff and so on, and maybe congregate. I said it right. Y'all should be. I used to say conjugate. I don't even know how to spell conjugate, but you could meet up and congregate inside of the house, but you couldn't use the bathroom. You was not allowed to use the bathroom inside of the house. You had to go outside in the grass and the trees and wherever else, and you had to do it number 1, number 2, number 3 outside. You couldn't go in the house. Wasn't happening, because that was his house. She didn't put it like that at first, but that was his house. Okay, so you got these 9, 10, 11 people living in tents, because they showed the tents. Now, some of it was dramatization, recreation. You see the tents in the little backyard, and you see the house. Now, you mean to tell me that I'm going to figure out how to get myself to Costa Rica from wherever in the 50 states of America that I live in? I'm going to get to Costa Rica and I'm going to have to live in a tent. I'm going to have to use the bathroom outside. Okay. Okay. And on top of that, you have to surrender all of your finances. So if you got cash, or if you had cash on you, you give it to the financial officer or officers. Your debit cards, you give it to them. You are no longer in possession of your finances. You give all of that to them. So, great. Again, in these videos, none of that stuff was talked about. Because it'd be different if they was like, hey, come join Melanation in Costa Rica, but when you get here, you're going to have to live in a tent. You going to have to use the bathroom outside, and you're going to grow plants from your feces, your all of that. You're growing plants from that as fertilizer and such. I'm not a scientist. I truly don't know if human feces can be used as fertilizer. I'm almost kind of pointing to no, because if that was the case, bro, we'd have all kind of stuff all over. But again, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I don't know. But none of that was said. Because I could guarantee you, if he would have said that in the beginning, like, you're going to have to give us your card. And, if you got a couple thousand, and, we might want to get a pool table, and we might want to get a deep freezer and a nice big Sub-Zero refrigerator with your couple thousand on your card. We going to swipe it, and you're going to charge that to the game. We'll charge it to the game. That's not being said. It's not being said. So I'm on my. I've been writing also. I've been doing a lot of writing. That's why I say we're gonna particularly talk about this. This young lady, she also said she found him because it appeared in her algorithm one day on YouTube. And a couple of people actually said that he appeared in their algorithm based off of what he was speaking. And I could get it. You find this handsome black man, a fairly attractive black man, I guess. I'm not a woman to say what they saw. I don't know. I'm just using keywords. They see this black man, and he's not promoting violence. He's not talking violence. He's, hey, I'm trying to rebuild. I'm trying to do something good. I'm trying to rebuild, and y'all need to come here. Y'all need to eat like this, and we need to do this. And he's preaching a very positive message, kind of. To me, I'm an intellectual. I'm going to thoroughly listen to what you say. I'm going to listen to everything. What's going to turn me off? If you're going to sit here and you decide that you got to do all this unnecessary, he all cussing and all this other foolishness. Nah, you can't call yourself a god, but you cussing. Nah, that's just, them two don't go together. They don't. It just don't go. And that's my personal opinion. They don't go. I'm sorry. I keep looking at the camera because it seemed like the lights is flickering or something. Like something's going on with my something's going on with my lighting. Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. It just don't seem right. Y'all can still see me. I'm still here, man. I ain't going nowhere. Y'all ain't got to worry. I ain't going nowhere. Oh, okay. So that's the problem. Uh-oh. Damn it. I got the light in my hand. I got the whole light in my hand. Y'all can see up my arm and everything. That boy ain't shaved or nothing. There we go. Now it's more stable. So it's the light. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. To my audio people, I had to adjust my lighting because what I see, it seems like the screen is kind of flickering. It may be the computer, maybe the end result. Y'all won't see this at all. I don't know, but I'm telling you what I see. So let's get back to this. That's what he was promoting. He's promoting, hey, y'all need to come here. We need to eat good. We need to start our own civilization. We need to start our own movement. In Costa Rica, again, we're going to come back to that. We're going to come back to it. Leave America, come to Costa Rica. Y'all go ahead and get y'all passport. Get your passport and come to Costa Rica. Get your passport from America and come to Mexico. We're going to come back to it. We're going to come back to it. We're going to come back to it. Okay. So, he found her. This is all over the place because I just came up with a question. I came up with stuff before right at the end. Basically, I'm trying to figure out like where were these people's family and friends? Like a lot of this stuff didn't happen overnight. Most people had to have talked to somebody. Hey, it's this guy Nature Boy I'm following, and so and this and that. Maybe I don't know how my mind thinks and how other people's minds think are different. You cut off family and friends. Some of the people that they talked to seemed like they were very well educated. They talked to the young lady that was from New Orleans. They talked to another young man who said that he did 8 years in the military. He didn't say what he did. I feel like he didn't say what branch he was in, but he did 8 years. 8 years in the United States military, which means he wasn't a private. You have some type of rank. You've been around the block a whole lot of times. You were deployed. You were deployed for 8 years. You went somewhere and you seen it. Young man joined because he was looking for a sense of family and some other things. Okay, I get it. Sense of structure. Okay. Get it. Yeah. But again, these people are they're leaving their families. They're blocking their families from getting in touch with them. And it seemed like when they got to the Melanation place in Costa Rica, because they moved a bunch of times, it's like they took their phones. So you want me to come join you. You want to take my money. You want to take my phone. You want to take everything. You yourself personally want to rename me because you don't like my initial given name, my birth name, my given name that my parents gave me, regardless of what it was or regardless of how unique it may have been. You yourself want to call me what you want to call me so I can feel more like I belong to this tribe. He never said that it was a cult. You can't just say, hey, y'all, I'm going to start the Whistle Podcast cult. Y'all come join me. It's not going to ever be like that. It's never like that. Never. Okay. Give me a second. So, I feel like this could have been stopped from the family and friends, but, let's move on. Me doing this podcast, you have to have money to do this. You have to have some kind of financials to do this. So they said that he was a barber, or he owned a barbershop somewhere, and he sold a barbershop, and that's how he got the money to go there himself and move. And he was taking money from the people who came there to stay there. He was also constantly doing live streams, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and he was asking for donations. Now, if y'all don't know, if you don't know, social media, if you have certain criteria that you must meet on via certain social media platforms to become monetized. You can't just get on live stream and say, "Oh, I'm gonna go live," and think that you're gonna get stars or whatever, and you're gonna get paid for it. That doesn't work that way. You can't say, "Oh, I'm gonna go on this Facebook, Instagram, whatever," which is a part of the meta world, and I'm gonna go live or I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and just get money. No, it's requirements that you have to meet. But this dude, he was constantly he was reaching some people. He was reaching a lot of people. And the fact that he was asking for donations, he's asking for donations. You know, if you agree, donate, donate, donate. So that's how they was able to keep the Airbnb that he was staying in, the place or whatever that he was staying in. That's how he was able to do that. So that whole time, he's constantly drilling in his followers' heads that he is God. Anything outside is demons. It's demonic. It started to get to the point of abusive behavior. And again, young man in this, he was saying it's either you do what he say or you're quickly demoralized or something's going to happen to you. Or, if y'all can't understand that, like being said in state property, you either get down or you lay down. It's just that simple. You get down or you lay down. And most people, you at that point in time, you got to figure, okay, I've been living here for a couple of months. They got my debit card. They got all of my stuff. It's probably empty. I don't know how I'm going to leave. Because that's what I would have been looking like. It'd be different if it was like, okay, hey, y'all could come for the weekend, and if you leave out Sunday, you get here Friday night, you leave out Sunday. That wasn't the case. But abuse was normal. It was actually encouraged, and it was more so toward the women. He was encouraging the men to hit on the women. I'm not going to say beat, but hit and or beat on them. Nobody said anything because it became normal. It became to where it just wasn't questioned. And again, as the young man stated, he figured he was beating, Nature Boy was beating or hitting or whatever, trying to undo what the man has done to them. He's trying to un-Americanize them and Nature Boy cult them. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense to y'all. But you in a cult. I'm looking at it like, so what y'all did every day? What are y'all doing? You got to be doing something. You living there for years. They didn't really focus on that. The documentary didn't focus on that. So the guy went to saying that it was a Bigo app, Bigo app, and he was saying that people can leave you or donate things, and those gifts translated to actual real-time money, and that's how he was able to get the money. Now, we haven't gotten to COVID yet. We ain't made it to 2020 yet. So this man is in Costa Rica. Oh, I'm hurt. I've been holding this thing. I'm holding this. This man is doing this. Now, it's still called Melanation. Now, they were actually, because he's live streaming stuff, and that was the beginning. He just basically told everybody what was going on. So people started to call and call and call. So he got in trouble with the Costa Rican people, and he wanted to live stream it. And basically the people were like, y'all have been here for over 6 months, over X amount of time. Your passports aren't expired, but the reason you came here, you basically overstayed your passport's welcome. I'm sorry, I forgot the technical term, but I hope what I just said makes sense to you. And that's what the Costa Rican police was telling him. So that became an issue. Everybody got pulled off the bus. They were questioned. They were detained. Some of them were beaten, and all of this other stuff. A few people had left. It was a white young lady. She left. She's in the first episode. She wound up leaving. Other things happened, but from there, so that happened. Costa Rica, Mexico, yeah, that happened. Then they left, and I didn't keep the exact timeline because they didn't really give an exact timeline. It just went from Central America, then it went back to Atlanta, then it said that 2020 COVID hit. So something happened, and then they went to Hawaii for COVID 2020. So when they went to Hawaii, same thing kind of happened. It's like, why y'all walking around with no mask on, so on and so forth? You want to go to these other people's places and you want to tell them these things. They're doing this because that's not American law. They can get away with certain things, and the diplomacies and all of that other stuff. All you politic majors, y'all know that stuff. That's what's going on with it. So you travel all over, up and down the West Coast. I need to move my paper. Let me see if I can move my paper over here. Oh, I can see this fine. Yeah, okay. So my audio people, I have a Spiral notebook. I just moved it to where I can see it now. Yeah. So he reinvented the cult. He changed it because he actually went to jail and everybody else was released. He took charges in Central America, and same thing happened in Hawaii, and they just left. It just kind of disbanded a little bit, but he came back and he called it I don't see it. Carbon Nation. He came back, he called it Carbon Nation. Mind your business, y'all. He called it Carbon Nation. And from that, a lot of things just went. Him, young lady from New Orleans, they had a child together. She was named the Queen. This happened kind of earlier on after they had a child. He was kind of forcing her to have threesomes. And again, this stuff is being streamed. This is live streamed. Like, people can see what was going on. People can see the abuse. And in Hulu, they showed the actual things that was going on. Like, a lot of the stuff was not dramatizations. This was actual clips. Because it was people that would start to follow this. Like, that's not right. I'm going to document everything. It was a young lady who said that, and she did that. And she had the evidence, and it held up in court. And there was somebody else that came in second, the third, fourth episode that helped with that. But the physical abuse was being filmed. And I think it got to the point of where a lot of people was questioning it, like, nah, that's not right, bro. That's not right at all. And you can see in her eyes she's not happy. And everybody was saying, like, he would take the baby from the young lady just to hit on her. Like, that's a lot. And nobody didn't see nothing wrong with this because everybody had been so brainwashed. We'd see her, and then the next day we'd see her, she'd have this and that and scratches and all of this other stuff, and she would be smiling around like nothing's wrong. That's definitely domestic abuse. I know people that's been through that, and that's a whole lot of mentals to unpack. It just is. But this dude has put this stuff in their head. Like, that's a lot, man. That's a whole lot. It's now called Carbon Nation. It's no longer Melanation. It's Carbon Nation. I know why. I can affiliate Carbon Black. So basically, he did more traveling. Then they moved to Atlanta, and I'm gonna come back to this. Okay. So basically, after all of that stuff, they end up in Atlanta. By this time, he has amassed a lot of, like, he's reached people from all over. He's getting 200,000-300,000 views, likes, and such on social media, and he's still getting the money. He's still getting donations, but he's I can't look down. I'm sorry. I can hear myself. Do some adjustments. There we go. He's abusing all of these people and the men as well. So you are not only having sex with the women and all of the women, you're doing it to the men too. Or you're doing certain things with men. You can see him demoralizing the people in that cult. I don't understand how people... I do understand, matter of fact. He's demoralizing these people. They show clips of him, like, sitting there, and he's like, take my boots off, kiss my feet, do this, do that. And you can see dudes doing this. Sir, why? But whatever. That's what you want. That's what you want. I ain't about to tell no dude to do that. Anyway. He's doing having sex with men. He's doing something with them. And one of the other men that came on toward the end said it. His words were basically, if I wanted to come in your mouth, or was it, would you swallow it? Something like that. Would you do it? And this young man said, half of the men have done it. Either they've done it or they said yes. Whistle Podcast. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to need to be sedated with all of the fentanyl, all of it. I'm going to need all the cocaine, the heroin. I'm going to need all the drugs. I'm going to need to be incapacitated, drugged for like 3 months. You can't. You just cannot say those words to me. I don't care who you are. You can't call yourself a god and then say something like, hey, let's have some butt sex. No. No. I'm going to need to be all the way out of it, and I'm going to need to wake up fully healed and fully repaired. Because if you did this to me and I woke up the next day and something just wasn't right, somebody getting hit a whole lot and hard with everything. And it's going to be you, him. Yeah, I no. You just can't. I'm sorry. But again, he's broken the human spirit. He's broken the will of these people. He done that. He made it very obvious. You did all of these things. This man took everything from the people in the cult from them. That's why they felt the way they did. They felt, I guess, that they couldn't and they shouldn't leave or escape. They didn't see anything at all wrong with what he was saying or doing, regardless of what it was, who it was, and it was being live streamed. And the fact that it was being live streamed The fact that people who was watching it wasn't saying, a lot of people, they didn't really say or show how many people were saying something was wrong with it, but nah, that should have been shut down. It should have been shut down, period. It should have been reported. It all should have been shut down. That's what should have happened. It's the fact that most of us, most people are now, we're used to seeing it. If you don't believe me, look at the news. You could watch the news and you could see somebody get gunned down like it wasn't nothing. You can get on social media and see it like it ain't nothing, and you just go about your day. You wake up in the morning, sitting on the toilet, eating your donut and drinking your coffee and everything else, and seeing somebody get gunned down. Oh man, that's messed up. Damn, that's messed up. They done shot that boy down like that. And then you scroll on to the next thing. And then you scroll on to the next thing. And you scroll and you scroll and you scroll. Don't nobody care about none of that stuff. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Okay then. Thought not. That's why all of that happened. No, that's a rabbit hole. It ain't a rabbit hole, but I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna leave it right there. That's why the self worth, the self worth of us African Americans, us black people, just, we've become so beneath everything to where we listen to somebody else just because. Nah, bro. I don't give a damn how tall or how big you is. I'm hitting you with something. I'm stabbing you with something. Something is gonna happen. It's just gonna happen because you not finna talk. You not finna do. Nah. Because it ain't making sense. The stuff that you done promised and all of that other stuff, it ain't making sense. Give me my money back. Give me my phone back. I'm finna leave. I'ma holler at you. And if you tell me no, it's gonna be a problem. I don't give a damn if I can't beat you. If I can't beat you, I'm still getting away from you, and I'm gonna come back. I'm going to come back and there's going to be problems then. Because I'm coming back. I'm sorry, y'all. I got carried away. It's okay. It's okay. So here we go. Yeah. Long story short. This dude is in Atlanta. He lived in a cul-de-sac. I don't know if y'all know what a cul-de-sac is. A cul-de-sac is, think of a circle. What was that? Friday After Next? The one with Day Day. And it's like the circle. You drive in and it's just a circle. That's. I feel like that's not what a cul-de-sac is. If it's not, then damn it, it is today. But he lived there. He stayed in that little circle. And the police constantly was called. And, he's trying to be all open. Hey, I'm not doing anything wrong, blah, blah, blah. He's always playing the victim and he's live streaming everything. And he's sitting there playing with the police. You could keep on playing with these people if you want to. No. So it was an issue. Like I said, there was people who was documenting the stuff he was doing. It was a chick that wanted to leave and all this other stuff. They got a hold of her. And basically he had leaked a sex tape of her on Twitter. Boy, I tell you, Twitter is something. So that's basically how they ended up. That's how they got him, and all these other things. They got up with the young lady that had documented everything and recorded everything, but he couldn't really be held accountable for it because it wasn't in America. It was in Costa Rica. It was in Mexico, basically. So that's how he got caught up. That's how he got put in jail. And the judge gave him life plus 10 years and something else. Because he was basically holding these people against their will. What is it called? Basically, telling these people that they can't leave. And it is the wording for it. He did that for these people. Nah. Young lady from New Orleans got away. You know me, I'm super happy for that. I'm all the way happy for that. Oh, okay. Hold on. Had to reach down and get my drink. But I have questions. Hmm. I wonder how often is this happening? How often does this happen? How often does a person get online and they see something that they feel is calling to them? They feel that they should belong to this, that they should go and join this. How often is this happening? Because I can guarantee you this is probably happening a lot, and it's just not being publicized like his was. I really, really, truly feel like this. If, and honestly, had this dude not live streamed a lot of certain particular events that happened, he'd probably still be doing it. He'll still be doing it. He only got caught because of what he was doing, and all of those things, and what people saw. Like, people got fed up at the end. Like, nah, bro, them people not happy. You sitting there beating on these people. Stop playing, bro. Stop playing. My whole thing was, I don't understand how none of these people's family members didn't see none of these live streams. Like, somebody should have seen something like, yo, that's Aisha. I went to school with Aisha. I know her people, man. Let me holler at her people. Like, hey, you see Aisha done joined this and did that, so and so. That's what I would have did. And Aisha people, brothers, the uncles, the daddies, and all them should have went found them, whoop ass. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's just me. That's how I think. But how often is this happening? And that's a very legit question. One of the last things, because I'm about to, we have 47 minutes, y'all. I'm gonna try to push this to an hour. If not, so be it. Um, One of the people was saying, let me put this over here. So, and it is a legit question. How once everything is said and done, like, okay, it's done. He's going to jail for 9 million years. Damn. What you do now? You done followed this dude from, let me see, 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. You done followed this dude for anywhere from 1 year to 6 years. You followed him that long. You've seen all of those things. So how do you go from that to being back a regular civilian? You remember the house was in Atlanta. That's the final place. So back in the United States. So how do you go back to Texas, Seattle, New York, Florida, Arizona, Louisiana? How do you go back to these cities and states after you've been gone for all this time? Your phone is outdated. You probably can't even find a charger for it, because let's be real. Electronics, 6 years, we went from one type of USB to another type of USB to another type of USB charger. We all have. So now your phone is outdated. You don't have a job. You don't have a money. You've not isolated. You cut off your family for that long. So now you're reaching out. Hey, uncle. Hey, auntie, titi, mama, grandma, all that, parent, nanny, all these people. You're reaching out to them. Some people, they'll accept you back. Okay, well, come on home, come on home. Mama, daddy. And some people won't. Like, how do you do that? And that's what one of the people saying. Like, how do you go back, and how do you tell your friends and your job? Like, I was a part of a sex cult. I was a part of this. I was a part of that. And I'm saying to myself, like, if that's what you were really worried about, just tell them the truth. Hey, I decided to try something different. I went and joined this guy. And, the more you say it, you can condense it and make it to where it's like 2 or 3 sentences to where it makes sense. You can do that. But that's a serious question too. Like, how do you start over? Especially if you go back to the place where you were and all of these people that you just left. You come back like, damn, bro, I remember you 6 years ago. Okay. Yeah. Most black people are resilient anyway. We understand. We definitely gonna make jokes and all that stuff. And as I said earlier, this video is not being sponsored by this blue can that you may see, and it is not being sponsored by Hulu. But I need y'all, Whistle Podcast people. I got to get sponsored by somebody. Yeah. Get your boy sponsored. Get your boy sponsored by Vaseline. Get these lips going. I need a haircut. Give me some Clippers sponsorship. And this. Yeah, that's why I got the hat on. I need a haircut and everything. That one almost done. So, and I am not promoting that blue can either. I'm just not. It's like that's crazy. Yeah. That's about it. That's I'm just looking at this. I'm going to make sure that I didn't forget anything. Also, he definitely tried to appeal. Where's my phone? Oh hell! No, I got my phone. He tried to appeal what the judge said, and they even showed this. The guy, he decided he wanted to pull some white people stuff. I guess he's seen it, and he wanted to fire his attorney. Your Honor, I'd like to fire my attorney, and I'd like to represent myself. Then the judge looked at him like, bruh, sit your stupid ass down. You can't do that. And no, and no. So, there we go. So, even the attorney got to the point like, yo, I can't deal with this dude fooling, he this and that. And there were people outside of Atlanta's jail, black shirts, and they all with him. Free so and so, and we with him, we with this and that. Nah, no. His name was Eligio, Eligio Bishop, Eligio Bishop. Let me write that down. It's probably too late now. And they talked about him. They said that he had multiple jobs before he started his cult. They said he was a stripper. He was a porn star. Basically, he went from women to men. He went both ways. He's from Atlanta. That's what happened. They talked about him telling stories as well. He's from New York and all these other things. He would sit down and do so and so and so and so. Yeah. Now, when you say Nature Boy, a lot of older people, they're going to think Ric Flair. Ooh. I'm not going to do it because my throat's hurt. So I'm just go, ooh. Feel free to make fun of me all you want. That's fine. I'm going to find you. But, yeah, when people say Nature Boy, they think Ric Flair. We're not talking about him. This instance of Nature Boy, we're talking about Mr. Eligio Bishop. Yep, that's who we're talking about. Life Sentence. That's right. It's on Disney. Yeah, it's on Hulu if y'all want to watch it. Before we leave, remember, this started in 2018. There is a show on BET Plus that is created by Tyler Perry. The name of the show is Ruthless. Now, even though the character on Ruthless the TV show, comes from another Tyler Perry show called The Oval. The whole thing of Rootless, not the whole thing, a vast majority of Rootless, the TV show, has come from. Ooh, I gotta sneeze. No, I don't. This. I looked it up. Rootless has 5 TV shows. This is the vast majority of it. If you've seen it and you watch Nature Boy, you will 100% understand, because they were kind of almost carbon copies of what was going on. In Rootless, they're called the Rockadooshies. That's what they call themselves. They were, damn, I can't remember where they was holed up at. But the guy was, what was he? White? Mexican? He was something. Long hair. He wore all white. He called himself the highest. Whereas Nature Boy called himself God. He called himself a good number of things. And as he progressed through time, he was like a chief and all these other things. So he called himself different things. In the TV show, however, Rootless, the highest, the Rockadooshies, everything that they did, it was just, it's very similar. Storylines are similar. Rockadooshies lived in, it was a trailer park. They lived in trailers. Whereas with him, the actual real life thing, they lived in tents. So that was going on. Only difference was Rackadooshi didn't travel. They traveled once. They relocated, I think, because I stopped watching it. And like my TV, for whatever reason, don't want to download BET Plus. So I stopped at like season 4, 5. Basically the FBI had if y'all watch it, y'all let me know in the comments. I stopped. The FBI had raided because it was a couple, husband and a wife, and they were the son or daughter of a politician. The politician couldn't get in touch, and that whole thing. FBI decided to raid. It was a gunfight, so on, snipers and stuff in the woods. A lot of people went out. Ruth was seen in a car. She got a car working, and she drove away. And I feel like it was 2 more seasons after that, because I read that he is still going on. So I don't know what happened. But again, a lot of parallels in those two. The fact that the highest in the Rackadooshis on the TV show was dealing with men, and they called it enlightened. I think that's what they called it. It had a very particular specific name for if he did it. As the highest did so and so with you. Oh, well, wait until you become enlightened. And I feel like that's it. If it's not, then y'all just go with it. Y'all smile or not. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Just do that. Yeah. And yeah, this dude was doing that. You dealing with men and women, sir. It's a lot. It really just makes you question things. Like you have to be at a very low point in life. I'm not saying, I also don't want y'all to think that I'm above everybody and I'm just 100% strong-willed. And no, I do understand. I do get down. I understand how these things happen, how a person can be so manipulative. Because just as it's a man, it could easily be a black woman, a brown-skinned black woman. She could be 5'10", have some D cups or something, and have some abs, and she's showing her arms, and like, hey, I have a great physique and all this other stuff. Why don't you come to so and so and join me, and I eat like this and so and so. Who's to say that the exact same thing can't happen? Because it can. It sure 100% can. The same way a man can attract all these women, a woman can attract all of these men, and she could sit there and use a whatever and peg these men, strap on, or whatever words they're using now. I don't know, and do all of these things and take their and do these things. Yeah. We're now at an hour and 17 minutes. But yeah, that's a lot, and I think, and I'm gonna keep on being an advocate for therapy. That we all need to go to therapy. Black people need therapy. We need therapy more than anybody else. I don't know why it's not free. Therapy for black people should be free. Period. It just should be free. I don't why you got to have medical coverage at some person's job that don't give a damn about you before you could get a therapist. Like it. Hey, are you black? Yes. Okay, you qualify. You get free therapy. You sure do. You get 5 years of free therapy. Make it happen. Make that happen. Black people need free therapy for all of the reasons. All of them. We need free therapy for all the reasons. And I mean, everything is real. You know, people you go through a bad breakup and then you see something like that. Damn. Let me go there. You lose your job. This happened, that happened. Damn. Let me go there. Let me spend my last little bit and I'm gonna go there. That look good. It's a lot. It's a lot. Also, before y'all leave, since I got y'all attention, this is a spiral notebook. I know y'all can't read the words on it. I have been writing. I have been doing more writing. I want to do more in depth. Like this whole episode is pretty much about one subject. I'm going to start giving y'all longer podcasts because I feel that's what other podcast people are doing. Not that I really give a damn, but I don't want to, hey, what's a podcast? And it's like 16 minutes. What is 16 minutes? 16 minutes is probably your drive from your house to work. I want to give you something to look forward to, something to actually listen to. I'm going to give you more. Giving you more. That's what I'm doing. So I've been doing a lot of writing. You can expect. So, come here, y'all. Come here. Get closer. Damn, get closer. That's what I said. Make me knock y'all out. So this is the aftermath. I'm giving y'all a preview of what's to come. My version of the aftermath. If a nuclear bomb dropped, what I think. This is all me. This is all me. What I think will happen after a nuclear bomb dropped. And that's something that I think is a reality. We're not talking about it because we're the great United States, but whatever. We need to get into it. And this rabbit hole, some of the other things are rabbit holes. This is Tartaria. Had no idea. Never heard of it before. Tartaria. Expect that one coming soon. Expect it. This one I'm working on. This one is probably going to be very long. This one is probably going to be a multi-part series. But this one is on the education system. I actually learned myself a lot of things about the education system. Let me name this way. There we go. I actually learned myself about a lot of things about the education system, and more than likely, I think I will have this I'm gonna figure out how to do it. I'm gonna try to get people who are at different levels of the education system, whether it's past, retired educators, teachers, present people, or high school, or what is it called? Not high school. Your kindergarten, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever it is before middle school. I'm sorry. I'm having a lost words. I forgot what it's called. It has a name. early childhood, whatever it's called. Those type of people, those charter schools. I want people from private school, Catholic schools to chime in. I want actual principals, and I physically know these people to where I can straight inbox them and go straight to them. So I'm gonna probably have to figure out how to stitch that up together. That's one. I talked to a person today. Yeah, that's a lot. That's something to look forward to. Hold on. I'm not done with you, man. I'm not done with you. Come here. Don't look away. I got an AI episode. I kind of been working on an AI episode. It was kind of benched. Yeah, let's go back to that one. Hell yeah, this one way early. This is at the beginning of this notebook. This AI episode. I'm about to roll this one out on you too. This AI episode. The AI episode. The Tartaria episode. Education system. That's gonna be one. I got stuff on my phone. Turning a lot of pages. Turning a lot of pages here. Yeah. Okay. 'Cause I got a lot of things. This is the Liver King. If y'all remember, I talked about the Liver King. Damn. Was this last year? I feel like this old. This old. Liver King. Mm-hmm. Yep. Anyway. I have a lot of stuff going on for y'all. And I hope that y'all continue to stay with me. I hope that y'all continue to watch. I hope that y'all continue to listen. I need y'all to tell y'all friend. I need y'all to interact more. So you can tell me what y'all want to hear, what you don't want to hear. Because I'm not about to sit here and keep talking about America's president and the Strait of Hormuz and all this other foolishness. Like I'm not about to talk. That's just a waste. That's for what? That's not going nowhere. That's clickbait to me. Not about to talk about that. Again, I need y'all interaction. I need y'all to tell me which way to go. Because if y'all don't, I'm going to go where I want to go. And I want to have a audience. I don't know what my audience like. I don't know what y'all love or like to hear me speak about. I don't know. I don't have any feedback, whether it's on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, because you can leave feedback on any and all of these things. Spotify, Amazon. I'm on all of these things. You can find me on Instagram. It's the Wistful Podcast. Like I'm here. But my social media presence, I'm about to start putting links and stuff in right under the video that I put. I'm gonna put it there, or maybe I should do a link tree. I don't know. I'm that's kind of why I haven't done it, and that's probably why my numbers are where they are. I do know, however, through this Riverside app, that I have people listening to me from other countries as well. I would love y'all input on certain things. Do these things happen in where you're from? Do they not happen? Or are they called something else? Is it as extreme? Is it not? I don't know. I'm just going through this. I'm just doing this. Doing this on my own. The Wishful Podcast. You ready for it? Y'all ready? You know it's coming. You know it's coming, man. You can find a Wishful Podcast on YouTube. You can find a Wishful Podcast on Amazon, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify for your viewing and listening pleasures. Yeah. But this time I need y'all to go tell a friend. Hey, man, summertime is here. Go tell a friend. Tell a friend. I need to get sponsored. I need something. I need a haircut. Like, if I take this off, my head just gonna be boop, 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 boop. It's just gonna be like, wow, that boy got a wop head. Why is his head so wop? He need to do something about that. I'm just saying. I need. So yeah. That being said, I'm out. Love y'all.